Hello everyone, how are you doing? And today I'll be sharing with you how to make a delicious Nigerian egusi soup. So here is our egusi already grind. Here are the meats I'll be using for this soup. I have shaki in there. I have pomo and cow tail in there. And I have some goat meat in there too. And here is the fish that I'll be using for it. I have some stock fish there and some dried fish also. So those are the fish that I'll be using for it. And here I have some uziza seed. This gives the soup a very good flavor, very nice flavor. So you can add it if you have. And here I have some crayfish and dawa dawa also. Dawa dawa also gives it a very nice flavor. It is so good in egusi soup. And in here I have some fresh tomatoes and 2 red bell peppers and 2 habanero peppers. So first of all, we are going to start by cleaning our fish. So I'm pouring in some hot water here and I'll be leaving it for some minutes to get soaked in there, and then I will come afterwards and clean it up properly. So while the fish is still inside the hot water, I'll be taking care of the other things. So here are the 3 onions that I have that I'll be using for it. 2 I will leave aside for the frying of the egusi, and 1 I will divide it into 2. One part of it I will be using for the blending of tomatoes and peppers, and the other part half I will be dicing it and be adding it into the meat that I will be boiling. So here is our meat. Look, I'm sorry, I never knew my camera wasn't even filming when I added the meat. I thought it was filming, but here it is. The things I added inside the meat was just salt and some seasoning cubes. So that's the only thing that I have added so far inside this meat. And it has boiled for like 15 minutes now. You know, there are some cow tails in there and the shaki. It takes a while. So it's still on the fire for now. Sorry for the part that I skipped. So now the next step is to dice the onions, the remaining 2 onions that we'll be using for the frying of our egusi. So here I am trying to dicing them up and preparing them for the egusi, for the frying of the egusi. So while I'm done with that, I'll be controlling the meat to see how far it has cooked. And I believe by now it is well cooked. So I'm giving it some stir. The meat is already ready. So it's fully cooked now. It means I won't be cooking it too much because I don't like meat that is overcooked. So I'll be preparing another pot because we'll be getting ready to fry our egusi. So while our pot is already heated I'm adding in some red palm oil. The quantity of the red oil that you'll be needing depends on the quantity of the egusi that you are cooking. So my egusi is about 3 cups, and this oil I added is very enough for that quantity. So I'm adding in some onions, the onions that have earlier diced, and I'll be leaving it there to fry for some minutes. Now, while the onions has fried for some minutes, I'll be adding in these blended tomatoes and peppers. I'll just add it in and stir, and then I will leave it for about 4 to 5 minutes to fry a little before adding in our egusi. And while our sauce is on the fire and frying, here is our egusi, our grind egusi. So what I'm doing here is that I'm trying to pieces it a little, and then I'll be adding in some of the meat stock that I parboiled. So I'm not just adding much of it, just a little of it so that I can mix it with every part of the powdered egusi to get the consistency that I really want for this soup. So I'll just keep on mixing and keep on turning it until I achieve what I want. Here is our blended sauce that has been on the fire for some minutes now. Now it's okay. I'm adding in some egusi, some of the egusi that I have already mixed with meat stock. I'm adding it in now for us to start frying it. But after adding it in, I'm not going to turn it around immediately. I'm just going to cover it and leave it there for about 3 to 4 minutes before I'll come and turn it. That's to give it that fluffy Bob's Egusi that is so good looking when you see Egusi soup. And here it is after 4 minutes. Now I'll be turning it, mixing it around, trying to turn it properly and turn it very well so that it doesn't get burned under. But just turn it and keep on turning it and continue with the frying until you see that the egusi has fully fried. Don't go far away from it, stay close. And here it is after some minutes of frying. You can see it is fully fried. You can see how it is. It came out so fluffy. That's what I am looking for. Just look at the texture. Now we'll be adding our fish. Remember the fish that I washed before? We'll be adding it in with some crayfish, seasoning it with some salt, some seasoning cubes. This is the crayfish and the dawa dawa that we blended before. I'll be adding in some salt, 1 seasoning cube, and then we'll be pouring in our meat stock. We'll be adding in some black pepper, and then we'll be adding in our bitter leaf. This is called onubu in my tribe. It is bitter leaf, cleaned and washed. I prefer bitter leaf for my egusi and obolo soup. That does not mean that I don't use spinach at times. I do. Adding in more water. And don't forget, when you add water, you taste for salt and add salt to taste. So here is our soup. I have already added the meat because they were already cooked before, and I left it to boil together with the soup and mix with the spices and everything for like 4 minutes. And this is it. After 4 minutes, you can see the result is wow. So just turn it around and make sure it's not burning under, because once again, you wouldn't want all your work, all your efforts to go in vain.